Hello and welcome to the first ever video on a brand new channel. My name is Azzy and this is going to be an FM channel, and we are starting, it's the end of the life of FM19, but that's as good a place to start as any. If you are watching this, I'm very grateful. I'm not expecting any views of this, but enough of that. On with what we're going to do on this save. So this is going to be an LLM save in the English League system. We're starting with a job. I'm wimping out. It's going to be a one club save. And I have started out as a basically bloke who's walked in off the street, kicked Sunday League a bit. That's about my experience. So you can see about no coaching badges, which is realistic. That's me. And the mentals and stuff for a Sunday League footballer, which, well, Sunday League substitute would be my actual experience, but it's close enough for these purposes. And we are starting with the mighty Dalton United. Hang on, I'll bring them up now. And they are currently in the West Lancashire League second division. So the second division is actually the third tier of the West Lancashire League. You've got a Premier, a first and a second. This is as low as I can go with Dan BHTFC's English League's database in my local area. So there is one below this, but I cannot access that. That would be the Furnace Garage League, the Rifleman's Garage Furnace Premier League. That's not here. We're not worrying about it. So instead, we are going for Dalton United. Let's have a look at our odds first. So the season preview puts us at 95 to 1. I reckon we're going to finish 9th. Now, don't take odds on Football Manager too seriously, because things change, particularly in the lower leagues. Things change a lot. So 95 to 1 isn't that far an outsider. We just need to get a couple of signings and we'll be up in the top half, I reckon. So the theory goes. So let's have a look at our squad. Now, I haven't looked at the players at all yet. So we've got a couple of goalkeepers. We've got Alad Gareth, who doesn't look that bad, actually. He doesn't look bad for, certainly when you look at how far down the level we are. He's got 14 agility. He's got 11 jumping reach. Decent fitness. His decisions are 8. That's not too bad. Composure 1. Positioning 3. Vision 1. Right, okay, so he's not going to be a sweeper keeper, is he? Really? Because he's not going to see the throwing 1. Rushing out 14. So he looks, one-on-one's 4. I was about to say he looks like a shot stopper, but anyway, there we go. That's Allard. We also have Steve Mousdell. Better throwing, less agility. There we go. Yeah. We've got Tim Pearce as a centre back. Central defender. Not disastrous numbers. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how far down these numbers go at the very bottom of the pyramid. Charlie Austin Lloyd doesn't look that bad. 2-star player, 11 determination. I think determination and work rate are going to be two of the big things at this level. It's 11 determination, 12 work rate. Hey, we're going to have an interesting time here. Right, a lot of ones for John Nightingale, who is left back, an inverted wing back for preference. Lots of determination. I was going to go through all of these, but what I'm going to do instead is, if I put it on selection info, you can tell this is my first YouTube video, can't you, because of things and stuff. Right, let's see. Right, now then, due to my recording software, I can't actually see that bit, so we can't sort it by their current ability. But we can see immediately that we have Sean Fisher who's 4.5 star. Christopher Morrison, 3. Austin Lloyd at 2, and the rest is all pretty meh. But we're going to see how they do in friendlies. I've got a bunch of friendlies that came with the job, as it were. So I'm going to play through those and have a much better idea of what these players are like. So I will see you after I've gone through the pre-season. And in the blink of an eye, we're ready for our first league game of the season, which unfortunately is against Charnock Richard Reserves, who are the 5-1 on favourites to win the division. Whoops. Okay, now it's fair to say it wasn't the most spectacular of pre-season schedules. 1-2, drew 1, lost 3, lost the last 3 rather unhelpfully. So we've bought a few new players in. There has been some promising stuff, but there's been a lot of... I'm really worried about the goalkeeping situation. And several other things. Right, let's have a look at who we've bought in. So I didn't think I bought that many in, actually. Right, okay. So we bought in a veteran goalkeeper, Mario Zaccardi, who... but as either backup or a little bit of team leadership and a little bit of backup, he is better than my existing options for goalkeeper. Andy Bell, no less than a former Blackburn player. Hang on, did he actually play for them? No, he didn't. But nonetheless, former Blackburn player Andy Bell, who might do a job for us up front. He doesn't look too bad. Another player that's getting on a bit, but so this is amateur football, so it's very much short-term solutions. Sean Hesse, another veteran, this time a centre-back. Probably only going to get a season out of him. He, in theory, is really, really good for us. We'll see if he does a job. The others haven't played yet because we've only just signed them. So we've got John Braxton, who's a left back. Glenn Lane, who gives us as a left midfielder, because that is one of our weaker positions. We'll see if he's any good for us out on the left. Ashley Longstaff, who is potentially a third striker or third choice striker, and Jack O'Brien, a right back, who doesn't actually look that shoddy. So we'll see how we get on. There will be a few changes from the pre-season teams, and we're going, there you go, the 5-4 on to win this game. Yeah, we could be opening with a defeat. Right, I have been going on this slightly lopsided strategy, basically to play to players' strengths. Now then, I am going to see what Glenn Lane is like on the left, where he likes to go, because I'd like, in this position, to push up a bit and be happy. You're going to be happy there? No, you're going to be completely unhappy there. Where would you like to be? Right. I could just go in a supporting role there. Yep, we'll deal with that. We'll keep it lopsided. Who else did I have that was new to the side that we wanted to bring in? Longstaff I definitely want on the bench. I think we have 5 subs, so right, Braxton, you can come on for Austin Lloyd, who isn't bad, but are you any better? If we play you as a supporting, yeah, we'll play you as a supporting fullback. Yeah, like so. And also the right back now. Let's have a look. I play you as a like so. So I think we've got our team. I'm not going to worry too. I'm not going to have a sub on the bench. We're not going to worry about that. But I'm going to clear these because otherwise I get confused and I think I've got people on the bench that aren't on the bench, which is no use. Get rid of those. We're going balanced for this because I was going positive and we were, conceding. And also we were playing with a high line. I have gotten rid of that because people were just popping the ball over and we were done for. So let's see. Let's see if we can avoid humiliating ourselves here. That'll be a start. So wait while the teams warm up. I'm at Mossy Park apparently, Jarnock Richard. Go there and pull off an upset. No one was particularly impressed with that team. So okay, fair enough. And away we go. Our first competitive game. Hoping for strategic purposes, a quiet game would be good. It's not much good for YouTubing purposes, but then again, I figure we're having very few. We haven't got any views yet, obviously, because this is the first video, and obviously no subscribers as a result of that. But yes, but a more interesting game would be helpful, but not interesting in the sense that they're scoring. Not that sort of interesting. Oh, blimey. Oh, that was the schoolyard stuff, that defending, wasn't it? Right, Osborne. What can you do with it? Return her into play. Who can get dispossessed? This. Oh, no VAR. Oh, goal line technology it would be for this season, wouldn't it? But no, none of that here. And then comes across. Can we get? Oh, come on. Oh, that was awful. Absolutely awful defending from a newly signed right back, I think. I think that was O'Brien. I'm not 100% sure. There we go. Cut this one out. Thank you. Right, Braxton, one of the new signings. To Fisher. Back to Lane. Back to Fisher. Making decent inroads. In comes the cross. Turner picks up the scraps. Osborne with the cross. Oh, and it just headed wide. I'm going to encourage them. Right, Bell. Out to Osborne, who just waits to be tackled, really. Not exactly inspirational. And here they come on the break again. Thankfully, Zaccardi can just collect that one. Oh, there's a bit of fireage for the encouragement. That helps. Actually, we might have to go more direct, mightn't we? No, not that button. In possession. That's in directness, that's that one. Slightly more direct. You never know, that might do something. Okay, hopefully this is our highlight. Nah, they won the ball. And, oh well, at least that's alright for O'Brien to collect. It could be us after all. Osborne making decent inroads. There's a cross, but it's going nowhere. He's got it back. But, nah, nothing to come of that one. At least we are pressing them when they're doing that. High line of engagement. Right, here comes Turner with the ball out wide. What can Lane do with it? Decent cross. Oh, and a header from Bell. Scores on his debut. We'll have some of that. Might be getting on a bit, but he can probably do a job for us at this level. That's going to be half time. Half time, 1-1. I'm relatively happy with that. Appreciate their efforts. Yes, I will go somewhere along those lines. This is how things are going. Keep it up. There we go. We've got some greenage for that. Alright, let's start the second half. Probably just a kick-off highlight, yep. It's been pretty much more even than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting us to be stomped on here, I must admit. Alright, here we go. Rackstone with a long, precise hoof forward to Fisher. 2-1. Yes! That's what we like to see. Delicate, dainty build-up play, or just a hoof down the middle. That'll do it. Directed hoof, in fairness. Right, here we are, Brackstone again. Comes back to him. Davies. Still getting used to the players here, Pearce. And that's another delicate over. And no one can pick it up. But Turner fell to Turner 20 odd yards out, but just wide. This is promising, folks. This is a very promising indeed. I'm not going to be. I was worried that I'd be absolutely slaughtered on my first YouTube video in the first game. And it looks like we might even pick up 3 points here. Brackstone with the free kick. Can we bundle it in? Don't care. No, we can't. Okay, the free kick. That's alright, hold tight. Keep some pressure on them. Keep some no pressure. Pressure, that's where you sort of close them down a bit. We'll have to go through that in training, I think. 15 minutes to hang on. Very much hanging on now, I think. 12 minutes. 10 minutes. I think we might. You know, curse of square me death if I say, oh, we might hold on here. But here comes Fisher. And what on earth was that? Oh, blimey, what on earth was that? Pearce, another delicate hoof, and Fisher scores again. That is it. That is 3 points. It's a brace for Fisher. And I think this will count as an upset. We are looking a hell of a lot fitter than they are. It does have to be said. No, come on. Keep. Oi. I'll move forward. That will do us more or less time. There we go. Full time. 3-1. I'm chuffed with that. Right. So I better tell them I'm chuffed with it. Yeah, it's really special. You know, why on earth not? It was our first game. You need to pick them up. We're required to get by the board a top half finish. So that'll send us well on the way to that. What I'll do now is I'll play a couple of games off camera and we will return. We'll return with our trip to Kendal United, I think. But we'll play the next couple of games off camera. I'll update you with how those go, and then we'll be back for the Kendal match. If you are watching this, thank you very much indeed. You might well be the first person to be watching a video on this channel. If you fancy doing the likey, subscribey and all that bobbins, obviously I have none of that stuff yet. So that would be hugely appreciated. Thank you ever so much for watching, and ta-ra for now.